Hello, this is the Harboring Light. I'm Mary. I give a conservative perspective about the world around me. So feedback is greatly important. You want to have show ideas, questions, comments, concerns, feel free to reach out to me either through email, Substack, X, and of course fill up those comments in YouTube. Greatly appreciated. And also be appreciated on YouTube to like, share, and subscribe. And also, on some of these platforms that I'm fixing to list, feel free to give me a rating too. So I'm on Spreaker, of course, Spotify, Pandora. I'm on Deezer. I'm on Castbox, I believe. I'm on Amazon Music, just to name a few. All right, so this episode is all about the Butterball Turkey Hotline. Let's get into it. Okay, so the Butterball Turkey Hotline, my thoughts about that. So, it's very prevalent, it's funny, and it was showcased in a lot of, specifically holiday films, going back to thinking about, A Christmas Story, and then even more particular with Christmas Vacation is one scene where the sister-in-law, she, if my memory is serving me correct about the movie, she is calling herself cooking the turkey and helping out and everything, and it's overcooked. It's just completely dried out. And then she cries and she says, I thought I did. I was trying to. So, with that said, it's nice and comforting. And it's one of those things that goes back to the aspect about and the beginnings of modern America, where I'm talking about in the post, I guess you want to label that Industrial Revolution, where we hit the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and so on, where there's still that mentality of giving your fellow man and woman a helping hand. And so, people there to reassure you and help you out in the ins and outs of what's going on, about your questions, comments, concerns, any feedback about the turkey or your turkey, and assuring your issues that you have, or assuring to make sure to get that follow-up that human touch can give, instead of automating something out and saying, which is nice to know with Trump being back in office for this term, bringing back that aspects of customer support with products, where, it's not outsourced or a machine is doing it for you. You can't really get the feedback that you're looking for. And imagine, excuse me just a minute. All right, I'm back. Just imagine talking to a bot or something while you have a real concern about your turkey, and then the bot saying, I didn't quite hear that. What was that? Or what number was that? Or what symptom is that? Make you even frustrated to where you're like, what am I doing here? Like, what is this, right? But it's just nice to have that kind of human touch when it comes to issues like this, or it comes to situations like this. And so, also, I think that's why in its heyday, and now, when Food Network was really about food instead of a reality show, phenomenon, feedback, or keeping up with the Joneses, so to speak, with the reality show realm, got into the heart of the matter about the aspects of cooking. It has this professional person here that's not unassuming, that's just simply there to instruct you and give you the ins and outs of how to do something. And then, if you like their rapport, or if it's entertaining enough, you'll pay attention and they'll give you ideas. And so for me personally, for cooking, it's one of those things. I say to me, it's an aspect of showing your appreciation, your love for someone. And so this was even more prevalent to me, growing up with my grandmothers, and how the way that they cook and the things that they would teach me about cooking. And so, my mother, she also, taught me things too, particularly with, the baking aspects of things. I would watch her and learn and things like that, and then she would teach me from time to time. But my grandmothers, the touch that they would put on their food, and then also, particularly my father's mother, and then even more so particularly with my mother's mother, how she just, that love and tender care that they put, and how sweet and kind it was, just how their faces would light up when they would see me, their granddaughter, eating their food and enjoying it, and making sure, and it gave a lot of comfort and joy to them. And that's truly special. It's even more special with my father's mother. She told me, I remember, was staying at her house for a summer, and I was around 7 or 8 at the time. And she said, Mary, when I was about 6 or so, she was telling me her experience because she lived on a farm and everything. And she said, the aspects of her taking care of the chickens, taking care of everything. And she said, when I was about 6 or so, I started learning how to cook eggs. And guess what? It's your turn. So come on, you can do it. And of course, I'm like, well, no, this is, a little intimidated, a little, scared, but, intimidated. I wouldn't say little, but intimidated. But I'm having a good sport about it, being brave. I said, okay, it can't be that bad. And, and then just her teaching me, and, it passes on that aspect of being resourceful, I have the aspect of the initiative and the annuity that you need to have to be very grounded in how you move, and when when you're a child, and then how you look at things. It really shaped my perspective moving forward into my adulthood. And I'm truly, grateful for that. And it just wrapping up, simply put, it's nice to have that aspect to it and that element to it if you need it, a helping hand. All right, here we go. I'm getting to the facts about the Butterball Turkey Hotline. Okay, and of course, these sources will be provided for you in this episode. And before I get into the facts about this article, so from our understanding, it gets a deep dive about it, of a brief history. And salon is typically left-leaning, but looking at the sources, other facts of what is said, it pretty much checks out about the objectivity as far as when it started and things like that. Okay, so it says, a brief history of the Butterball Turkey talk line, including the most bizarre questions ever asked. And then I'm going to get into more in depth about some facts, fun facts, and then, different questions that were asked too on the Butterball Turkey Hotline. It's good to get that humor into it and the aspect of calling and food and everything. So it says that the Butterball Turkey Talk Line was officially created in 1981 as a toll-free telephone line for home cooks to call for live advice and tips from turkey experts. In its first year, the hotline received 11,000 calls, which were filled by a group of just 6 operators. As the volume of calls went up, so did the number of operators. Only a few years later, the Turkey Talk Line revamped its services to keep up with the new technologies and modern household appliances. In 1984, the Turkey Talk Line ditched its old-fashioned paper script and tally system and went electronic with computerized resources and information for customers. The following year, the Turkey Talk Line offered a turkey microwave recipe, which featured a brown sauce for a golden finish in response to more customers using at-home microwaves to cook meals, which is, I don't know, that's very strange. There's some things that, it's one of those aspects, yes, you can do it, but should you? And it just seems like that's, when you put things in the microwave, for me personally, that's something that you use a microwave to reheat things. But as far as cooking, it just doesn't taste the same, doesn't turn out right. And it's a whole lot of other mechanical steps that you got to take. Well, not mechanical steps, but cooking steps or prep steps to make it turn out right. And then it's just use the oven, if you don't have an oven or something, or just friends, families, neighbors, that, good, if you got a good neighbor, that's what they're for. And then all else fails, I guess, turkey in a box, buy a turkey Thanksgiving meal, All right, so which features what I was saying about the brownie sauce in response to more customers using microwaves. So in 1995, the Turkey Talk Line debuted on Butterball.com, allowing operators to provide customer service and an instant answers, 24/7 responses with the instant answers. All right, so 13 years later, Butterball joined social media, specifically Facebook and Twitter, and became more mobile friendly. So it goes on to say the Turkey Hotline featured only female operators until 2013 when it employed its first male staffer on the team. In 2016, the Turkey Hotline expanded its services to text, allowing home cooks to more speedily contact experts. 2 years later, it became accessible via Amazon Alexa. So it goes on to talk about the pandemic. So during the pandemic, the Turkey line operated remotely, or as a remote, source. Remotely, you could do that, which is sort of saying the same thing, or sort of like a synonym of the Turkey talk line doing something remotely, because that's initially what you're doing, calling in. You're not really contacting the person. I don't know how that works, but okay. Anyway, launched its own TikTok account where experts join in on threads and share turkey advice and fun recipes. Today, the hotline remains both booked and busy with more than 50 plus experts who answers more than 10,000 questions throughout November and December. So, the next segment, I'm going to get into, I'll read the list right now, and then I'll go into more depth about the zany call. So it says on here, I'm going to briefly read him. So it says, for more than 40 years, the Butterball Turkey line has readily answered questions from customers, no matter how bizarre they might be. So here are some examples. It says, I left the bird in the snowbank to thaw, and now I can't find it. What do I do? I left a turkey, and the call overnight. Is it still okay to eat? Which is, no. I carved my turkey with a chainsaw. Is the chain grease going to adversely affect my turkey? Yeah, I think so. And it says, can I baste my turkey with suntan lotion? So, you also got to take it, too, with, people probably cracking wise, making jokes, and then also with the aspects of kids. And I find it quite interesting okay, baby. I have more. Oh, hold on, sweetheart. Just a minute. Let me finish what I'm doing, okay? So, I remember when I was in middle school, there was this particular Sears brand called Time Out. And so they sold lotions, and then they sold perfume, but particularly with the lotion. And so, baby, don't sit on that. And so with the lotion, it after about a year or 2 years, it had on the label, do not eat. So what is that spraying from? Were people actually trying to eat it and things like that? And then it goes along the lines with this aspects of, are people really that daft or that dense, or is it, a joke, or what? What's the realm of reality here? As I find it quite interesting. Okay, so I'm going to get on to the aspects about the fun facts. All right. Here we go. This is from 98.5. Is entitled Your Flagship Station for Sports. So it's entitled 5 Fun Facts About the Butterball Turkey Hotline. All right, so this was written in 2020. So it was first cooked up as a PR stunt. The popular service has expanded in technology and remains rather busy during the holiday season. And that's quite interesting that, particularly with PR marketing aspects of the rapport of the effects of what are the links that advertising actually has on the consumer. And I think that's it's been case studies, but that's just an interesting aspect to consider when you think about buying power of people. So it also says that the Butterball Turkey talk line is more than just a phone number. Butterball Turkey offers more ways to get its turkey tips to you, while its phone number line can still be reached at 1-800-BUTTERBALL. They now have a text line that can be reached at 844-877-3456. There are also live chat options. And then, as they were saying about teaming up with Alexa and Amazon, that was, good go through as far as, the foresight for technology. And it says because of this, you can get your questions answered ASAP. Quit doing that, Piper. So, says that while the service is active from November 1st through December 24th, the Butterball Turkey talk line's busiest day is on Thanksgiving during which the hotline receives on average 10,000 calls. All right, so I'm going to go on to give you some more facts about the zany stuff as far as callers. Okay, I'm going to pull that up for you right quick. All right. Piper. What? Don't do that, baby. Stop. Yes. No. Baby. All right, this is entitled 34 Funny Butterball Hotline Calls to Share This Thanksgiving. So this is from Reader's Digest. So it says, if you've seen a ghost, you call the Ghostbusters. If you're terrified of putting a dried out turkey on your holiday table, you call the Butterball Turkey Line. The Butterball Turkey Line is available to help concerned cooks through December 24th. To reach the experts, it goes on, if you are afraid your questions will sound silly, get a load of these hilarious stories from the talk line's front line. So, Crock-Pot Central. The slow cooker is an extremely useful kitchen tool that is well worth the counter space it consumes. However, a California cook took her appreciation of the crock pot to new levels one Thanksgiving. This particular caller preferred breast meat. To ensure she had plenty of her Thanksgiving feast, she borrowed 9. So, slow cookers from her family and friends. Where the fuse might blow because of the many contraptions she had going on and used it all at once, she called the turkey talk line and they calmed her fears. If she did blow a fuse, she could always use an alternative talk line recommendation method to prepare those turkey breasts: the oven grill or air fryer. Another one, kitty callers. So for fragile Thanksgiving cooks, Butterball experts help is no laughing matter. But for the kids in the house, it's all about the jokes. Periodically, the turkey talk line receives funny phone calls from the calls of very young boys who wanted to share a joke they thought was pretty hilarious. So it says, what is the turkey's favorite black tie event? The Butterball. It's a good thing the experts have a sense of humor. That's cute. So, Meow Mischief. So, it says the parents of a newly married couple arrived at their home for their first Thanksgiving meal as newlyweds. Goes on to say that one of the dads noticed the turkey thawing in the sink in cold water. With the dish with a dish drainer and a rubber mat on top of all of it. The bride's father inquired why she was thawing the turkey that way. She said that was the way her mom thawed the bird. The mother's response, well, yes, but we had a cat. Okay, that's something pretty deadpan, sort of dark humor there, but yeah, okay. So, name game. So we've heard of people, let me say that again. We've heard of people naming their cars, bikes, or even laptops, but there's at least one person out there who takes the idea of naming their stuff to another level. So according to the phone operator with the Butterball Turkey Hotline, one caller names her turkey every year after the biggest turkey of the year. Okay. The Gambler. Says a caller in the turkey line from a senior home in Pennsylvania, where they're located, says on the other end of the line was a gentleman who had won a turkey at the casino. So thrilled with the prize, he brought it home on the bus. He wanted to know if the turkey was still safe to eat, even though it had thawed out a bit on the ride. Pool party. One year, a man called using the talk line as more of a conversational piece, not really asking any questions. He was also letting the expert on the call know that in his experience, the cold water thaw method doesn't really work. Curious, the Butterball Hotline operator asked what he meant because they use that thaw method all the time at Butterball. His response, I put it in the pool, and when I came back, it was missing. All right, Family Feud. Some time back, Butterball received a call from a young woman who was cooking her first turkey. Both the woman's mother and her mother-in-law were there. Disagreeing over the proper way to cook the turkey is what sparked this argument. So, on the slide, she decided to call the Butterball Hotline and get Butterball's opinion. When the expert told her the Butterball method of cooking, she was so relieved because her mother had, in fact, been right. So, a father in charge of thawing the turkey and bathing his toddler twins decided to hit two birds with one stone. He could hear water splashing in the background, and turns out he was out. He was his kid. It was his kids. I guess that's what it's saying. And the turkey in the tub, and the turkey was in the tub at the same time. So I don't know if that was actually real, maybe, but it's just one of those things of let's not try to get an aspect of, oh, here's this another zany dad, kind of, pushing down the male importance in a family. Anyway, so turkey treasure. After discovering a turkey from 1969 in his dad's freezer, an Alabama man called the Butterball Hotline to ask about the best way to cook the 30-plus-year-old bird. Although the Butterball Hotline, as staffer recommended the opening roasting pan method to cook most turkeys, this time she suggested that the first tip was to purchase a fresher fowl. Rightly so. All right, so third time's a charm. One caller was well versed at walking down the aisle, but not so versed when it came to cooking her Thanksgiving turkey. Caller explained to Carol Miller, 20-plus year Hotline veteran, that Thanksgiving with her first husband was a bust since she forgot to thaw the turkey. She blundered Thanksgiving with her second husband with the foil pan. She was using bent and it bent and it slipped out of her hands. So it bent and it slipped out of her hands. Jeez, slaps the company. You could say about this. So leaving the feast on the floor. She was hoping the third time would be the charm. So she called the Butterball Turkey line to make sure she was doing everything right. Santa's helpers. So on Turkey Day, he and his wife called the Butterball Turkey Hotline before making a showing on the Thanksgiving Day parade. And I think this is, I can't be kind of something to promote the holiday of Christmas. This isn't actually real. So the Jolly Pair wanted to check out in on the Turkey Talk line experts to see, again, this is a PR stunt here. Was naughty and nice, plus getting roasted information to make sure that the bird turned out picture perfect. All right. So with that said, I'm going to close in on this aspect about Piper, about the aspect of the Butterball Turkey and everything. It's just a nice touch and a nice aspect to have these features. And then, they have the impact and the legacy that Butterball Turkey has on society, and particularly with the hotline, and in ensuring people out there that, whatever ails you with your turkey needs or your cooking needs, it's just a phone call away or technology away to solve the issue. All right, so I'd like to know what you all think about the aspects of Butterball Turkey and Butterball Turkey Hotline in society. Hold on, sweetie. Here, come here, baby. Either reach out to me through email, through Substack, through Twitter, and of course, fill up those comments in YouTube. It would be greatly appreciated. All right, so this reaches the end of the Harboring Light. Tune in, turn up, and absolutely take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, done.